Welcome back to another episode of Grand Tactician the Civil War. This is our Confederate campaign, and we are currently in January 1862. That's January the 17th to be precise. I'll give you a quick overview of what's been going on so far, but if you missed the previous episodes, then you're best off going back and watching them. I'll pop a link in the description. There'll be a link on the screen here, and you'll also find a link in the pinned comments that'll take you to the playlist for this run through. I think this is episode 9. In the last episode, we pushed up and captured Louisville, Kentucky, and Kentucky ended up seceding from the Union. So we're holding Kentucky quite nicely. We have troops in Evansville under Joe Johnston, the 2nd Corps of the Army of Kentucky. The 1st Corps under Albert Sidney Johnston is in Louisville itself, and we're kind of building up our supplies there. The army itself is under the command of Lieutenant General Beauregard, who is currently stationed kind of in central Kentucky, but we'll move him up to Louisville, I believe. Now, Missouri, we've captured St. Louis, but there's still substantial forces, Union forces, in northeastern Kentucky, in northeastern Missouri, so we will have to face those. We're not entirely sure on numbers, but we're estimating Army of Mississippi 25,000 men and Army of Tennessee with 7,500 men, both of which will be problematic if that is accurate. We have got the Reserve Corps under Breckinridge with currently 1,500 men. We'll have 3,000 once they get their new recruits. We have also got, this is the Army of Missouri, and we have also got in that, let me just check. Oh yes, so the Western Army under Price. At Sterling Price. We're suffering with supplies a little. We've got 59% supplies. But that army only has 18,000 men. So even with these two armies combined, we can't match the Union for numbers. We've just fought a battle against the Army of the West and sent them running up the north. So I am going to hold the 1st Corps right here at Louisville. The 2nd Corps of the Army of Kentucky is going to move across here and take Cairo, Illinois. Hopefully, one of these armies in Missouri will then have to come and deal with the forces at Cairo. This should disrupt their supply situation. Although we are building a fort here, but perhaps we won't bother with that. Manpower. We've got nobody available to recruit, really. Now let's have a look at the east. We're holding a defensive line, as always in the east here. We're holding a nice defensive line, but we are facing large numbers of federal troops in their armies. Our 3rd Corps, Magruder, about 5,500 men. The 1st Corps right here under Longstreet, somewhere around 27,000 to 28,000 men. Do have a lot of disabled. We did fight a battle here. The main army of Northern Virginia is under Robert E. Lee. And the 2nd Corps out in the Shenandoah, going to have around 31,000 men by the time the recruits get there, is under Stonewall Thomas Jackson. So, I'm going to hold here. We're going to see what the Union does. They are forming a new army of Pennsylvania up here. We also have the Army of the Northwest, which is not an army at all. It's got a couple of thousand men. Let's just see if I can find it. 4,500 men once it gets new recruits. We've built a fort here. We've got no recruits to put in at all. So, without further waffle, we're going to crack on here. So, if you missed the previous episodes, go back and watch them. First things first. We have been building a couple of frigates that we were going to put into the James River Squadron, and we're going to do that right now. So they're going to travel there, and that's going to substantially boost up the firepower of this squadron. And hopefully, we can give the Union blockading forces, the Union blockading Navy here, a bit of a problem. They do have 2 large forces here, but let's see what we can do with that. We also have an ironclad ram right here, almost ready. So once that's done, we're going to pop that into the James River fleet, and then we'll see where we are from that. But our money is tight. We're on BBB. For now, we're going to move our New Orleans squadron. That's going to move down to Cairo and it's going to blockade their port. Hopefully that will then give the Army of Tennessee and the Army of Mississippi supply problems, but we'll see. It should. If it was realistic, it would. We're waiting on Posey's brigade. They are a few days away. Let's see, 7 days away. I'm going to upgrade their weapons. We will give them the last of the Lawrence rifles. Winter quarters all around. So, do I move from Evansville, Indiana, or do we build this fort? I think I'm actually going to build the fort, since his armies aren't moving. We are also building a fort here. We're upgrading the depot. Yep. And why don't we build a second depot while we're at it? I suspect we're going to see combat in Virginia next, but I'm usually wrong, so we'll see that. They are on the move. The Army of Northeastern Virginia is moving. Not sure where they're going exactly. We have the Army of Occupation here with about 30,000 men. Come spring, we'll take them on. It is, of course, the middle of winter, which is a time where the army's bed down. Oh, we have got troops on the move. So this is going to be a large battle here, and the Army of the West is going to be involved also. I don't think we're going to be able to get over here in time, but we'll try. No, it's going to take 12 hours for them even to get the orders. We'll have to wait and see. We're going to fight a battle here, so it'll be the Reserve Corps and the Army of the West. The Western Army even. We're going to move them down slightly if we can get them there. Get them closer to the action. With any luck, their Army of the West won't be able to be involved in this fight. So let's have a quick take stock of this army. McBride, they only got 3 months left on their contract, so that's a small unit, but they are mixed muskets. I'm going to leave them with that. 19 months on this artillery, so we're going to upgrade that. Let's give them some Napoleons, 12-pounders. 14-pounder rifles, James's for these guys, so that's all good. Posey, 6 days away. He's not going to be here in time to take part in this battle. Heinemann, well equipped with Lawrence rifles. 1917 rifles, they're fine. 6-pounder field guns, 6 months on that contract. I'm a bit wary giving out weapons to units with short contracts because a lot of the volunteers are likely to go home at the end of their contract. Simon Buckner, good. Hood's Brigade, they've done quite well in the last few battles. Yeah, let's leave it as it is. 6 months on those guys. Let's see. This is horse artillery. We'll leave them with 6-pounders. Let's give these guys some better weapons if we have something available. We don't really have much. We only got 12-pound Napoleons, and I don't really want to give them out to these. Let's give them some howitzers. I think this fight is going to be a tough fight here in Missouri. But of course, the AI does not want to lose. Does not want to lose his lands, of course. Buchanan at destination. Oh, that's New Orleans squadron. So we are blockading Cairo. Yeah, it's blocked. So that should be giving them supply problems because they're cut off, really. I mean, they have a small depot here, but I'd like to think, in the scheme of things, there's not much supply getting through to these guys. If we can throw this army back, perhaps that'll be the end of Union control of Missouri. We're working on Militia Act 3, still 19 days on that. Yeah, the First Corps still hasn't even received its orders. Can they reach them in time to reinforce them? I'm not so sure. Well, he's got his orders, but he's not moving. Maybe Joe Johnston doesn't fancy it. Oh, we simply don't have the support here. Maybe we probably don't have enough support to use the rail network, I guess. I'm not really sure. Yeah, there we go. So we are outnumbered. Well, that's okay. I don't know how accurate their numbers are. I don't know if they really have 80 guns. I mean, I'm not sure. So we're going to only start with the Reserve Corps on the field, and then the Western Army's 2 hours away. But then their main force is 1 hour away. We'll just have to hopefully be on the defensive and deploy some distance from them. Let's hope so. So it's Fremont again. We've already beaten him a couple of times. I mean, I think he's a decent-ish commander, but we should do him over. McCulloch's done a good job. He's legendary fame. Let's go with it. Let's see what happens. The Battle of Franklin, Missouri, January the 19th, 1862. And there we are. Yes, we are on the defensive. That's some good news, at least. Reports indicate the supply situation is outstanding. Like, I don't see how that can even be, but, you know, snow, 25 degrees Fahrenheit was pretty damn cold. And it looks like we're actually starting with the whole force on the field, which obviously is helpful to us. Where are we deploying? Where's the Union coming in from? So the Union coming in from the very north here. The objective. Stone walls just down here. So let's see. Well, I think we can sort something out down there. Mountain right there in the middle. So if we can deploy up on this mountain. Pine Mountain. Cool. So we'll put a small force here to defend this side. This flank, the left-hand side. He's going to come down this road. I suspect he's going to take this flanking way, actually. But we'll have some ready-made defences here in the shape of this fence. McBride's Brigade. Not very good range for these guns. Not at all. The battlefield is not really suited for them. The terrain, I mean. That might be okay for Butler's battery. Not sure how clear you can see this, but these little yellow lines, orange yellowy lines, that's where you can actually fire to, and there's not really very much. That's a bit better there, so pop them in there. Okay, so that's Polk's division. I was say Polk's division, that's 1,500 men. Breckenridge, that's his corps. Again, it's not much of a corps, but such as it is. So this corps is called the Western Army, but it's a corps of the Army of Missouri. So I've got a feeling he's going to come straight down this road here, past these farms or whatever that is, and come and try and attack us from the our left flank. So again, I like to keep the cavalry in reserve, and we will do that again so we can move them quickly. Pierce's division. Let's get a bit closer in here and have a look. Again, it's terrible range for the guns. But yeah, so let's have a look. That's looking pretty decent. These men have some experience here. So we've got Slack's Brigade. They've fought a bunch of battles. Gardner, I think they're reasonably new, but no, they're okay. That used to be Pierce's Brigade, and Pierce is now a division commander. We do have the ability to make some parapets, and we're going to do that. We're going to leave Waitman. No, we're not going to leave Waitman. We're going to leave Slack behind because he's only armed with muskets. Parsons division will deploy there. We should have one more. Claiborne's division. Okay, so we'll end up having to redeploy a little, I imagine. We'll have to play it by ear and see what he does. Well, see what the computer does. See what the AI's got to do. Let's get started. So we're kicking things off with a minor defeat. His morale's on 70, which is bullshit, of course. Because how would it be? We've defeated both these armies. They've been sitting in eastern Missouri, probably with hardly any supplies. But, you know, that's just the way it is sometimes in this game. And I'm fine with that. Nearly got a perk ready for McIntosh's brigade. Let's give our infantry long range orders. I always prefer long range firing. So if the Union do come down this road past these places, past through these woods, we'll move down with the Price's force that we have on this hill, and we'll swing around Parsons' division. It'll come through the woods, and we'll come through the woods with parts of Pierce's division. Probably leave Claiborne behind as a rear guard. Rear guard? Well, like flank guard. But we still have not seen the Union. Where are the Federal troops? They are on their way, but where are they? 12 degrees Fahrenheit and snow now. That's pretty cold. It's cold and the men are chilly. Roads and fields are quite muddy and marching is tiring. Yeah. Interesting that despite the fact these units have all fought a few battles, training is still down as poor. 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 Untrained. Poor. Poor. Yeah, all poor, pretty much. No real sign of the Union here. We're still waiting. There's none of the telltale signs of dust up on the roads. Oh, there it is. Actually, there is. There's some here, so they're coming down this road. And like I say, I suspect they're going to follow this road around and try and take us in the flank. In fact, I'm almost certain that that is what they're going to do. So maybe we actually move Parsons into the edge of these woods. I'm not sure. Advance Parsons brigade division into the woods. It means we're in place to make a flanking maneuver if we get the opportunity to do so. I'm going to bring up Forest Cavalry slightly so they're a bit closer to the action. If need be, we can get them deployed pretty quickly. Yeah, they're coming straight down this road. I thought they would. Our guns have actually opened up. Oh, there's some cavalry actually coming up the hill. Interesting. So maybe he will make an attempt up on this hill. We'll see. Oh, yep. I could possibly have this wrong. Infantry moving up as well. I think that's infantry. Yeah, it's infantry. McClellan's brigade. Let's move Barksdale out here. And let's not move Slack any further forward. Suspect I might have this wrong. Let's throw some skirmishers out there. Guns coming up, so he looks like he's attacking in force actually around this flank. So let's get Hood's brigade up here. Infantry fire. That's our skirmishers. We've got a nice defensive position here. I will not be moving off it. Unless we have to. There's cavalry taking some flanking fire from our skirmishers there. Leaving a trail of bodies and horses. We can see more troops moving along this road, so I suspect he's actually going to attack here properly. So as usual, I was wrong about the attack on the left. But we will not leave this undefended, that's for sure. However, let's move Munford's guns. Let's shift them up here. More infantry coming up. It looks like the main fight's going to be here on our right flank. If he ever gets his guys in position. Guns out. Let's get some more skirmishers from Barksdale's brigade, and we're going to send them against this artillery unit. First battle. Yeah, if you wouldn't mind start firing. So it looks like the men he sent down onto our left are now coming across. They're going to attack in force here. Excellent. I'm glad to see the AI doing something aggressive. We're still harassing this artillery battery with some long-range fire from Barksdale skirmishers. Take quite a while to get in position here. Sending more guns onto the right. Broke that artillery unit. Excellent. Ready in position. Skirmishers coming out as well. Let's pull our skirmishers back in. End of the day. I don't think there's going to be much in the way of redeployment happening here. If we do too much moving about, the units get really disrupted. Like, cohesion's broken already for Buckners. So we move them up and then keep them behind the line for a little bit. Forest will stay in reserve, and we're going to crack straight on with the next phase. We're going to let Hood's men reform, and then we'll push them down. Barksdale skirmishers are running. We're holding our own. I think it's okay. Parapets are doing their job here. Barksdale's taking some punishment on the right flank here. Hood's brigade should be coming up. There's his orders arriving, and they're pushing on. Excellent. Simon Buckner's brigade, not quite ready to move them forward. Well, maybe a little. Okay, we're going to pop Slack up onto this flank. And Clark also. Heinman's taking quite a lot of casualties here, but he's holding. And now, we're going to have to pull him back. Maybe. Oh, Heinman's broken in the centre. It's understandable that Heinman broke. He was... Oh, we're really struggling here actually. Barksdale broken as well. Alright, not looking good. Butler's battalion broken. I'm not sure how they broke. Heinman might reform. We are really struggling struggling in this battle, actually. Buckner Senior wounded in action. Come on, Clark. We can get Clark up on his flank, maybe. Hyman's actually rallied so we can bring him back up. I'm going to try not to involve him in the combat if I can help it. Okay, time to bring in Forest Cavalry. Someone else wounded? Who? Slack? Oh no. Looks like John Bell Hood's brigade did a good job here on the flank. This was a tough battle. If we hadn't been in this defensive position on this mountain, there's no way we could have held this. And we still may not. We could just be reforming. Not entirely sure what happened to Butler's battalion. Strange. But good to see Hyman reformed. Let's get Claiborne up a little closer to the action. Barksdale's brigade may still reform, let's see. Very impressed with Hood. Battle of Franklin, Missouri. Okay, Slack, let's hold it there. It's up to him to attack me, basically. I'm not coming down off this mountain. Ooh, got a perk for the Arkansas State Troops. Let's give them Iron Discipline. I'm going to send some skirmishers so to harass these guns. I think the enemy's pulling out. We haven't had the official notice, but I think he is. We have lost nearly 10% of our force, but he's lost almost 20% of his. Alright, so Forest guys are here. Send them forward. Bushrod Johnson and McIntosh. Go and hunt. I've sent those guns away. Excellent. Let's recall the skirmishers. Oh, so I'm not sure if he... Yeah, he is retreating. Okay, that's fine. think we'll let them go. Maybe harass them with some cavalry. So we've beaten Fremen's butt once again. 6,500 husbands for him, about 2,000 for us. Let's see what this does to the overall situation in Missouri. So the battle ended on the 20th of January 1862 with a Confederate minor victory. So just another small victory there. It was touch and go for a moment. Major General Breckinridge has become famous and an inspiration to his men. Excellent news. We didn't do much there. Will this victory secure the state of Missouri for us? Let's see what happens here. Oh yes, but we lost 2 guys wounded. We lost Slack and Buckner. So let's fix that. Not a huge amount of officers to choose from here. Henry Heth, yeah, fine. He can have that brigade for now. And Slack, where was he again? Oh yes, Pierce's division. Cadmus Wilcox. There you are. Your division. Brigade. Where are they going to pull back to? Nowhere by the look of things. So are they going to pull back into Illinois? Looks like it. Oh, and we've got the 2nd Corps moving now, but really, do we want them going? No, we don't. Let's stop them. Missouri secedes, so that was all that it took. We beat those 2 armies, and they've gone skedaddling out of Missouri, and we have now taken Missouri. That means we hold Missouri and Kentucky. This has got to be the beginning of the end of the war. Surely. We will pull him back to Evansville. I'm sure he's going to go halfway around the world to do so. Coal mining disasters. Just shows you there's other stuff happening while there's wars. So they are recruiting back to Cairo, Illinois. So hopefully Joe Johnson will get them orders and pull back to Evansville. But as it stands, Missouri is our state. We hold it. That's got to do wonders for our recruitment and morale and just generally, not really wonders, but we do have a few men available. But that's something I'm going to get back to at the next episode. For now, oh, so he's formed another army here. Look, Army of Southwest Missouri. He's going to try and push in here behind us and probably try and cut our supplies and threaten Arkansas. So that's something we're going to have to deal with in the next episode. We still have the Army of the West here as well, just north of St. Louis. So obviously we can't just leave them there. Breckinridge's force has got a perk. I'm going to give them Ambulance Corps because it's one that I really like, actually. Western Army. Lots of disabled, wounded. I mean, they've been quite busy in fighting quite a lot of battles here. Let's have a look. Nobody's actually deserted, so we've got 950 sick and 1,200 wounded. The overall state of play. We outnumber the Union by a couple of thousand men in the field. Navy tonnage, again, not even close, even though we've just put those 2 frigates into the fleet. Battles won, they've won 4, we've won 14 casualties. We've got under 20,000, they're coming for 50,000. Confederate dominance, I mean, we are pretty much winning this war. National morale down to 36. I can't remember what you have to get it down to for a victory. Is it 25 maybe? I'm not too sure, but their morale is suffering. So it is nearly the end of January 1862. The swing is definitely with us. What can the Union do to stop this? Not much, I don't think. We will need to put some extra troops into Missouri, I feel. That's going to be the next stage. And we will have to smash this force that has retreated down to Cairo, which will give us problems because they're going to be behind our lines, so to speak, and we don't have any armies to the south here in Tennessee or anything like that. We've got some garrisons in the forts, but that's about it. So, I mean, it's sizable garrisons, actually. But still, we're going to need some men over there. We're still holding defences in Virginia. That's the state of play, really. We're going to hold this. No offensive manoeuvres in Virginia at all, really. We're just holding the defensive positions, and that seems to be serving us quite fine. But we have taken Kentucky, we have taken Missouri. What's next? We have humbled the Union on the field of battle again and again, and we will do so again in the next episode. So I'm going to wrap it up here. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you'll be back for another one. If you're new here, come and subscribe. There's regular content on this channel. I play a couple of different games and thinking about some new ones as well. But for now, that's all there is to it. Hope you have a great day, and I'll catch you later. Ta-ra for now.